had enough of us now. You're not here to see us. You're here to see the one and only amazing, one of my favorite people in the entire world, Miss Carrie Fisher.
And Facebook.
They should probably make an Instagram for grandparents.
Good luck with that.
Not that I am one yet, but you know. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna take a picture and then we'll do this. Okay? Okay, smile everyone.
She's a legend.
I forgot to say, I don't know. I love you. I don't know. All right, Gary. Come on, they have a couple questions. Come on. Gary's tongue is very, very famous. It usually enters a room before he does. And it's half again the size that you need, and depending on what you do with it. So it's always out, and it gets very dry in the night.
Aww.
And so if you want to get him anything, some tongue moisturizer would be great. Oh, here, come here. You're not shy. Come on. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Gary, what's happening? All right, he wants to be in the same exact seat. Aww. I've become one of those weird people that have a dog with them all the time. I used to make fun of, and now I am her. Well, never mind. Okay, we'll just pretend he's not here.
Well, how are you?
Who am I? I'm hot. And look how my hair is sweaty. Unless I have like a lot of product. Florida hair product. Does it look nice? Yeah, it's upsetting. I like your hair. It's even more awful than the one I had in the first Star Wars. She has the buns up here, and they're in a kind of bright bronze color. See, now I feel lucky that I didn't have that one. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, though. She'll be in therapy in like next week. Carrie Fisher just made fun. Okay.
So, you have a new movie coming out.
I have one.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just tell you all the plot lines and everything. Really, to get it out of my system, because you know how hard it is for me to keep a secret.
And we promise.
And I think if I could just get you guys to promise not to tell anyone. Like anything I tell you does not leave this room.
Bob Bader's gonna get you.
I don't know what you said, but it was loud and exciting. I know that much still. I can't remember what I was going to tell you. But no, we have to keep secrets on this like it's literally D-Day, and the Nazis are going to find out that there's like 600,000 stormtroopers hiding off France. So we had signs around the studio that said, "Loose lips sink starships." And I stole one. But don't tell anyone. Where did Gary go? He's gonna go tell stuff. All right, never mind. He's in my seat. All right, so that's that. I told you that.
Okay. Is there any news about you getting your own lightsaber?
Oh.
Did I get my own lightsaber? I don't think I've ever had my very own.
Lightsaber.
Don't you think you would want to get, like, have a lightsaber place that, like, did cool stuff to your own personal lightsaber? You got the color, you got the handle that you wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe some tattoos of tongues on it and stuff like that. But no, I've never made any comment about me or lightsabers in my language. So, no.
So, going back, what was it like working with the cast again?
I always said it was as though if we never stopped doing the movie except we had a really long lunch break. And we looked bad after we got back. You know, we must have had some really bad, you know, food that make you look old and melted, you know. But otherwise, it was the same. No, people looked like themselves-ish. And I remember us standing together at one point and thinking, this should be amazing, but it's not. It's chiffon. No, that used to be a commercial. If you think it's butter, but it's not. It's chiffon. No, I just, it was cool, but you like got you thought of it, you thought, oh, here I am standing with the, the other stooges. And I don't want to have to be the bad student. So it was cool. And I remember them pretty well, those guys. And then they're new people now, and they can do the work, the heavy, I don't mean the work. And they're cute. So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. One more question about episode 7.
Okay.
Does Gary have a cameo?
Damn it, he doesn't. And I slept with everyone in the and that was probably my mistake. I should have held back and said, I won't sleep with you when I'm 25 if you don't put Gary in the movie. No, actually, JJ didn't even like Gary to be on the set, and Gary goes everywhere with me. And he literally, he texted me the other night and said, someday you're going to have to explain this dog thing. Because I think he relates to me in most ways. I have a certain irony. People with irony don't wander around with their dogs with a tongue sticking out all the time. Or maybe they do.
They do not.
Yeah, no, this is the new irony. So I still have to explain it. So yes, Gary was on the set. I know, it was awkward. He knows a whole thing. He knows. I think that's why he was punished with they stretched his tongue so he couldn't tell anyone. I know.
So how was JJ Abrams as a director?
Horrible. No. Yeah, what am I really going to say? No, he's good. He's very I thought he's very he has a lot of energy, which I find exhausting. No, but I'm older than him. But not by enough that would actually, well, enough. But still, he really has a lot of energy, and he remembers everyone's name. Don't you hate those people? I mean, everyone. The extras, the spark, anyway. So, no, he was great, and it was annoying.
So, what has been, from the 4 movies that you've been in with Star Wars, is
What?
The 4 movies. What has been your fondest memory of working on that franchise?
Oh, well, I remember when we did the first movie, and they really, it was not supposed to be a big hit movie. But when people ask me if I knew it was going to be that big of a hit, I now say yes. I did know. In fact, I thought it was going to be a bigger hit, and I'm disappointed. But they had booked us on this publicity tour that was unnecessary, right? And actually the term blockbuster came from Star Wars because the blocks and then they stopped on the street and the blocks started again. I actually drove by the theater one day because it was the second movie I ever did. And, but I've been around show business a lot. It's like, gets on your leg. And I drove by the theater and I think I yelled, "I'm in that!" Which was ironic. It was earnest. That's the last time I was earnest. So I don't remember your question though. Oh, the funniest. Oh, so we were on tour promoting this thing that couldn't make people stop going to see because we were trying. Don't go in there! And we would go to relax after doing promotion and doing talk shows and stuff, which we were learning to do talk shows on talk shows. That's not a good plan. And so we would go to whatever they're called, amusement parks. And I just remember one time Harrison and Mark were in one of those things that, you know, they're in a cage and the cage turns around. And Harrison now, by the way, is 35, so what's his excuse, okay? I was 20, so I had an excuse. I'd recently been a teenager, but not anyway. So I remember looking up and seeing Harrison upside down in a suit with his tie dangling in midair.
Oh, God.
And that made me really happy. Oh, and the other thing was, Harrison had studied philosophy or something pretentious when he was in college. Or that's what he claimed anyway. So he would like quote Nietzsche when he was promoting the film. Can you believe that? So I literally, and please don't tell anyone this, I got tutored in philosophy to up my game in the talk show arena. Pathetic. We were all pathetic. But in a good way.
So, I would say everybody in here thinks of you as one of their idols. So,
Idols sound like some golden thing that you wheel around at the end of a golf tournament. No.
So, what is
They know me. We've been together a long time now. You grew up with me, didn't you? I was your costume sometimes and your doll. You naughty, naughty boys. Other times. There you go. So that's not an idol, that's something different. But I don't know what it is. But it's big like an idol. But it breaks just like a little
Yes.
girl. Okay.
Well, idols are also, you can put them up. I mean,
On your Christmas tree.
I have Princess Leia's around my house, so. You know.
I do too, yeah. No, I have. My dog plays with a little Wookiee. He actually also plays with a Princess Leia dog toy, and he ripped her head off. So that wasn't good. But I sent him to training school after that. He hasn't ripped a Princess Leia head off in a while. That I'm aware of.
He has a whole pile.
Yeah.
So, but what is it like being you?
My whole life's goal has been to not know what it's like to be me. No, my life's goal was to feel like you seemed. So other people seemed like they were kind of relaxed, knew what was going on, kind of had it together, and I didn't feel that way. So I knew there was a secret, and I was really committed to finding out what that was. And I'm still committed, and if you guys have any kind of like insights, I'd appreciate it. I don't know what it's like to be me, kind of. It's easier now. I was always really insecure about certain things. Not overall insecure, but areas. I'd have areas of confidence, but not confident. So, and also I think people in show business can get confidence leaks, which means you're like, say you're a good singer, but then suddenly you think you can act. And it leaks, and it shouldn't go there. So, I sort of grew up on TV or something, so that was weird. But I feel like I know people, and that's nice, because I think you want to feel like that you're not alone, and that you have people that you can identify with, and that's what I've gotten a lot out of this. That a lot of these people are unstable, and I relate to that. You don't have to pretend that you know me or anything. Just nod. She's going this.
I'm going to ask you a question about one of my favorite movies, besides the Star Wars movies, The Burbs.
That was the most fun I ever had making a movie. I used to go and hang around the set on my day off.
And did shows. So just tell us a little bit about that experience.
We used to get to improvise, which you don't do, but Tom Hanks is really, really good at it. He's from that day till this, he calls me his summer wife. And Rita lets him, because I was his summer wife on that. But if you watch the movie at the very end, he's got his arm around me, we're kind of walking, and my hips are they're not even. And so you see my leg kind of blasting out on the side, so look for that. So we improvise stuff, and I accuse him of being mean to the hydrocephalic who lives next door to us up at the lake. And then he's the only person who can, I think, improvise on that kind of subject. And we played Scrabble as a couple. We were a very cute couple. Oh, I said I'm not going to let him out of his room till he resembles the man I married. Can you imagine how many wives would have their husbands in their room? Don't let them out. So I can't remember anything else except this one girl that was acting in it. She had a really good body and she was always showing it. And the boys enjoyed it.
Speaking of other awesome movies, The Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, that I don't really remember. No one does. They put something in our water. But I did learn how to shoot a flamethrower, which I'll be doing later this afternoon.
A bazooka?
Yeah, a bazooka. You have that whole bazooka Tampa, group, right? Anyway, I'm joining, I'm going. I'm good at shooting a shotgun. It's embarrassing. They bruised me. I took gun lessons. I have made 4 movies with big-time gun use. So, and you can tell I'm a violent person, and I really believe in that stuff. The thing that astonishes me is that I could actually, with my history, this scares me, buy a gun. Don't ask you anything. So that's sweet. Oh, it's good. It's good to be king.
Queen.
So when you grew up, it was a little bit different than how most of us grew up. And we didn't have...
Don't be sure of that. No, yes, I think so.
Just a little bit. So did you have any actresses or actors that inspired you growing up?
I didn't want to be an actress or actress. I didn't. You know when you want to be something, it's because it's kind of a fantasy. It's over there. And you dream about it and whatever. All that stuff was around. So like, I didn't want to be in show business. I was in it already. So the bigger trick would have been to escape. I wanted to be a writer, really. And I actually had stage fright initially, and my mother made me, this bitch, she made me do her nightclub act. It's punishment for not finishing my homework. So I started doing nightclub work at 13, and you see that's done to me. So I just kind of went along. It was assumed I would become an actress, and I went along with the assumption. And now my daughter's an actress. And we raised her not to be. Don't ever do that, because they just rebel. So now she's going to be, my daughter's going to be in this new show called Scream Queens. She wears like, anyway, you'll see. And I think, anyways, I don't know if she is a murderer, but murderers are around her.
Okay.
So that's good to know.
So, speaking of your writing, big fan of your writing also. Do you have a new book coming out?
I'm working on a book which I am calling The Princess Diarist. And that's only because that was someone on Twitter's idea. They said The Princess Diary. But no, I have my diaries from the first movie. I mean, and they're not like, dear diary, today I woke up and went to Alderaan and they blew it up. But, you know, I did some stuff, and so I wrote about it. I was tormented. I was 19. What do you want from me? So I'm editing it now, and, you know, hopefully I'll be able to embarrass myself yet again in front of some of you people. And I think I talk about my weight. What do we write about in our diaries? Boys. So I talk about boys, my weight, and other stuff. Or those two things together. No, anyway, I found all these things though, and there's pictures of it on my Twitter account. They don't look like we were all in England on location, and location, when you're making movies away from home, it means permission to do anything. I mean, that's not good, and people shouldn't tell other people that when they're going on location that that's what it means. But anyway, I was the youngest person on that movie, and I was the only girl in an all-boy fantasy. So I kept a diary. I thought I might want to remember it later. But it's not written in a linear way, so, like I said. But linear enough. Anyway, that's all.
And how awesome has it been to see your other books go to the big screen?
Well, but what was cool about that is that I got to have Meryl Streep play me. Now that really makes so much sense, doesn't it? That's hilarious. I want her to continue playing me. So I can just go to home and she can go out and play me. And have like perfect skin and blonde hair and be graceful, and I don't think she ever has fallen off her high heels, which I do regularly. She's just a graceful person. But was also, her mother actually told her that she reminded her mother of, I don't know, Meryl seemed like herself to her mother in Postcards from the Edge. So that doesn't make sense either.
Well, we all think you're beautiful.
I am. So beautiful.
Okay, we have time for one more question. So, is there anything that you want to tell us that you never get to talk about? Well, you talk about a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not real, I forget the word for it even. Shy? What do you call it when you don't tell people?
Reserved?
Well, I'm definitely not that. Secretive? I'm an open person. Spread eagle, more like. No, so I like talking to people, but I don't like the one-way street thing. So that interviews are sort of narcissistic.
And about Gary, how old's Gary?
Gary is almost 3.5. He's single, so if anybody, you know, he is French, so, you know, his birth name was actually Jean-Jacques, but the American of Jean-Jacques is Gary. And if you believe that, then I forget what I'm going to do next. But anyway, I'm hoping that Gary will be in the next movie.
I am too.
He's going to play me young. That's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it.
Okay, we are out of time, but let's all thank Carrie Fisher.